What's going on, party crashers? All right, you guys are here at Jessica Kohinoor Hot Topics. So you guys know sometimes I do true crime over here, entertainment, and sometimes politics. So let's dive into the politics. First, if you guys can hear me good, please press that one just to make sure everything is on here. All right. How you guys doing tonight? And just to let you guys know, I have a link at the top in the chat. If you guys want to come up and speak about this, I know you may have some opinions or some thoughts. Feel free to hit that link. So I want to let you guys know this is a very sensitive topic, so things can get kind of sticky, okay? But don't you worry, honey. I'm going to drive the boat. So don't worry about that. So I wanted to talk about this lady. She is speaking out. She's yelling out. And it's been going viral. TMZ have done some reporting on it. A lot of people have a lot of stuff to say and opinions, and so do I. And that's why, hey, how you doing? What's up, Lisa? You know that's my sister. Hey, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good. Let's get the likes up, okay? Let's get the likes up. All right, just making sure I got everything. Everything is looking okay. All right, so this lady, her name is Tish. This happened in Hollywood, California. You know it's not happening in Florida or Texas. So she said she was in the women's locker room. She said that she have dealt with this a few times within this month, and she is sick and tired of it. She felt like her privacy was invaded. Her safe space was invaded. She said it was a trans woman that she saw in the bathroom, and she's going to tell you her story. I'm going to let her play. And she said, excuse me, you don't supposed to be here. And she said then it was another person that identified as trans. But she said one looked like a trans person, and then the other one looked like a not trans person, She does not care. She sees them all the same. She sees everybody that was born a male, biological male. She says she don't care what you do with your identities, but in the safety of the women's bathrooms, in locker or in sports, she felt like, trans individuals shouldn't be there. They should have their own space. Okay. All right, so we're going to get into everything, and I put a vote, and majority, 65%, said no. They don't believe that trans women, trans people should be in the females' locker room. All right, so are you guys ready to get into it? Someone says, I think that shouldn't happen. I understand. I feel you. I definitely feel you. But it continues to happen, So let's continue on. And let's see what she's saying. Let's go to TMZ take first. No, actually, let's go here. So I want to take you guys here. Now, look, she gonna use some colorful language, okay? So brace yourself. And if you get offended easily, I don't think this is a live for you. Especially if you're transgender, if you're from the LGBT, you get offended very easily. Please log off because you might feel some type of way, okay? So let's continue on, all right?
Men, grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. The fuck? Everybody saw that man in the fucking locker room. No one's saying shit. And I'm fucking...
It ain't funny, but how she's so dramatic. It's funny. It's funny. Everybody just acting like she doesn't even exist. Like she's going off and nobody around. They just act as if she's not there. I'm like, is she doing a skit? But the reason why she says she's going off like this because she was traumatized by seeing another man, I guess, thing. Now she says he had a big thing. So I'm assuming that she saw his thing, He had a big junk.
Done with it. It's fucking stupid. It's dangerous. Me naked in front of a man without my permission. But I ain't the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room. And that goes gym. Men.
All right, so let's go. That's the video that went viral. Everybody and their mom was pretty much talking about that. So let's go to TMZ, okay? And I'm going to take it all the way back.
4 weeks ago, the first encounter happened. I was naked. I was drying up and oiling up. I turned around and there's a man in the locker room. And so, of course, I'm shocked. I'm like, I thought maybe I missed the sign and that there were workers working. So I just said, sir, I didn't even get to say a sentence or anything. I just was in shock and figuring out that there's a man behind me while I'm naked. And I say, sir. And then he goes, you can't tell me nothing. B word, I'm a woman. And I'm like, what? Now, listen, guys, I don't have anything against anyone. So I was just in shock. I never been presented with this in my whole entire life. So I'm just in shock and I go start screaming and asking for help. The people come into the locker rooms and they kind of escort him out, but not out of the gym, just out of the locker room so I could get dressed. And then I made a report and nothing was followed up on. And that was an experience that I couldn't even believe, and I had to understand this. So now I'm processing this, still trying to keep up with my life. I go back to the studio, I work. The next day I do it. I try to do my same routine, go to the gym. I say, maybe this is an isolated incident. The next day I go there and I run into this perpetrator, this predator, because I have to call it like it is, this guy. And I'm coming into the gym, so I'm just already traumatized from yesterday being naked. And now I'm seeing a whole nother dude that's bigger than the last dude in the room. So now I'm like, sir.
Tish, so there were two different people?
There are multiple people. There are multiple people. The reason why I spoke out like this, guys, is because I've had this experience with trans women in the women's locker room disrespecting me, not meeting me with any empathy, literally men who are crazy. And this happened like 6 to 7 times in the last 3 to 4 weeks. It hasn't been a month.
I'm not trying to be gratuitously graphic, but were the people that you saw in the locker room undressed? Were they completely naked walking around?
No, let me be clear. I want to get into this to the details because it's important, the details. Now, were the men naked? No. They were men in men's clothing in the locker room. They don't need to be naked to be scary as hell.
This sounds like a ridiculous question, but if they were in the process of transitioning, I don't know. Was it evident to you? Why was it evident to you they were men? I mean, were they people?
Because they were men. 1 month. I don't want to, listen. Like I said, I don't know much about this particular part of the community. I'm not in that lifestyle. I'm just a lesbian living life. So
let's get these likes up, y'all. Let's get these likes. So she says she's a lesbian. And, the lesbians, the transgenders, and the gays, they are different lifestyles. Possibly they don't understand one another. I know a lot of them push the LGBT together, but they just push it together because they all get discriminated against. So it's like, let's join forces. But you are seeing it firsthand here. It's so much. But it looks like she did not see anybody big thing. Girl, I thought she was going to see a big thing. She said they were fully clothed. So she went out saying, I seen a big dick. They got some big D's. So she was just making that shit up. So she didn't see any big D's. All right. She just do not like biological males, transgenders, in the women's spaces. That's what I'm getting. She just don't like it, period. She don't care if it's passing, not passing. She don't give a damn about it. She just don't like it.
Up until this point, I had no idea that these people were allowed to go into the women's restroom. I saw the sports and I was like confused. I thought maybe this is gonna be overturned. There's no way they're gonna let this go through because this doesn't make sense. It's just, but somehow that did happen and it is happening. So now I'm being met with all of this like this, right? And the type of woman I am, the type of human being I am, I am a musician, I'm not into politics. This is a nonpartisan issue. This is about women and men and women's safety. And honestly, since I spoke out, I've heard from more men as well. It's happening to them in their locker rooms with women. And although it's not a physical danger, it's uncomfortable and it's an invasion of privacy. Like, I'm 42 years old. Can you imagine a 20-year-old woman? So let me get through to this because I need the people of the world to understand what's happening here. This happened 6 to 7 times in a 30-day period. Of course, I was fed up by the time y'all saw this. So the second time, this guy, I walk into him in the locker room and I say, sir, you just can't be in here, like in this tone, because I'm just like, I can't believe I'm walking into this a day after this happened to me the first time. He says, B word, I'm a woman, get with it. Get the F out of the locker room if you don't like it. And I'm in shock. I'm like, are you kidding me? So now I'm like, all right, let me read the law. Because there's just gotta be, there's no way that there's no protection on women. I just couldn't believe it. And the more I went out there and started reading, I was like, oh snap, there is no protection for women.
These were not transgender women who were presenting as women. They were presenting to you as men. Is that right?
These were transgender women who said they were transgender women and told me that they were women. I'm not going to get into the who presented game over here.
Well, I think it's important.
I
think that's important. You said they were obviously men. So
they were men, and they were telling me they were trans women, and that's how they identified. And honestly, not all of them. The one I saw the last day that I worked at Gold's Gym, who saw my naked body the last day that they terminated my membership, came in there and said, lucky I ain't catch you outside. A black passing quote-unquote trans woman.
So your membership has been revoked. And
we need to cancel gym memberships all around America because there's no protection for women's safety. If you stand up for women, if you have a daughter, you have...
All right, well, comment. I see people in the comment section. I need y'all to hit this link. Let's make this live pop. If you agree, disagree, it don't matter. Come up here. I want to hear from you. Okay? Okay. All right, so let's continue on, and then we're gonna hear from the other person. Transgender.
There were girls in there who were traumatized, and they're thanking me for being there. And I didn't do this for any attention or anything. I did this because I was genuinely scared that no one was gonna be there to warn the girls. There are no signs in there to tell the girls, hey, there are men in here. No one cares.
We got it.
Where are the bathrooms? Gold's just built that gym in Beverly Center. Why didn't they put a trans restroom in there if they care so goddamn much?
Remember when it felt
like... All right, so I think that's the transgender. Hold on, let me take this off. So what we're seeing right now is these, they're speaking out about it. They're talking about it. So we're going to hear from, I believe her name is Alexis. Call in. We want to know what y'all think about this. It's supposed to be a hot topic. Everybody's talking about it from TMZ, so that's why I'm doing it. All right, so I believe this is the next one. Hold on. Give me a minute. Pause. All right. All right, here we go.
When she came face to face with you, it was obvious to her you were a man. So, I don't want to get terribly graphic here, but can you kind of explain, how you appeared? Do you believe that she was reading something in that you didn't appear to be male? She perceived you to be such.
Well, first, I told the people that raised me that this is the way that I was when I was 8 years old, and really I stuffed it down pretty deep, and I began using hormones this year in February, and I actually relinquished that information to her about, name change, and it says female on my ID and hormones, and I'm registered as a female with the gym. So.
And were you at that moment, because she told us about a couple of different encounters, were you fully clothed at that moment?
Well, she has become aggressive with me on 4 different occasions, actually at different locations in Los Angeles at Gold's Gym. But fully clothed. I believe I was enrobed in a towel on one occasion, and this last time I was clothed the entire time. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I apologize if this is too graphic, but I just think it's important. Have you?
Let's speak truth, baby.
Okay. Have you fully transitioned?
Be clearer when you say that.
Your
You
genitalia.
know what he mean.
That is a process that requires a quite lengthy work. Like, for instance, I sat in a chair and had hair follicles removed from my face for 2 hours yesterday in a process called electrolysis.
Child, she over-explained. They just said, did you have the dick and nuts cut? Yes or no? But I'm gonna let her do her thing, right? Right. Get the likes up, y'all. Come on. Get the goddamn likes up.
In order to have that surgery down there, one must have every single hair done that. And
They don't care about all that. They just want a simple yes or no. But go ahead.
in order to do that, it would take would just say like a year or two to have that done. That's literally not even a possibility with where I am in my transition. So
Look, this transgender said, look, y'all gonna have to deal with these nuts. Look, look, she said, look, fuck y'all. Y'all gonna have to see these dick and nuts in this bathroom. Surprise, okay? Honey, and that black woman, she said, hell no. She not dealing with that. She said, hell no, to the no. All right. So let's go on. Come on. They said I don't know how they was describing about the robe. It was like possibly it was some times where they, let that towel slip. They didn't care about women. They didn't care about how women felt in them goddamn women locker rooms. It was pretty much saying, listen, deal with it. The government gave me an F on my ID. It says I'm a woman just like you, so deal with it, girl. Okay? But let's go.
So look, from her perspective, I'm just wondering if you see her perspective. She's saying that she's looking at you, say, in a towel, and you still have male genitalia, and you may be transitioning, but could you understand her being uncomfortable?
Well, I certainly do not understand it, but I do get.
So she says she don't understand the woman being uncomfortable. Well, maybe because they're not biological females, so maybe that's why they don't understand it. I don't know. Listen, I'm trans. I'm biological male, okay? I can't change that. This is how I am, right? Okay, if I was Alexis, this individual, I would not be going up in no women's locker room. Listen, right now, I'm not going to go up to no women's locker room. Hell no. No. Look, and then get naked. Look, and even, honey, Look, hell no. Look, but even if you are 100% spotless and can't nobody tell, I don't know if can't nobody tell, just shut the fuck up. But if you going around and people know you, and like people know me, they see my face. But if people really know you and nobody can't tell, if they don't know you, you better just shut up. You're going to have to be on a down low, But if you want to be out and proud, somebody going to spot you out and they're going to feel some type of way because they already know. But maybe they won't feel any type of way about it because the lady said that other transgender was passing But I guess this one is not passing. And some of you may say, well, what the fuck is that? What is passing, not passing? The best thing I can explain to you is like you have, gay people or lesbians. You have lesbians, you cannot tell that's a lesbian, right? You got gay men, you cannot tell they're gay men, right? Just how they walk, because they walk masculine, they talk masculine, they hold themselves up like a man. So you would consider that passing, somebody that you cannot detect. They just, in society terms, they come off as normal because you just can't tell. Versus somebody not passing, somebody does not fit in social norms, like a gay guy. If a gay guy is very feminine, then he's not a heterosexual, or you assume he's not, or just like her, the church girl, the black girl. Now, I would never think that she's a heterosexual because she does not fit in society norms, she's not passing when it comes to that. So that's the best way I can try to plain it in a transgender term. People that you can't tell that are transgender, you would not think they're part of the LGBT, versus individuals you can be like, yeah, I know they're part of LGBT, or I can tell they went through some type of transition, or they're trying to do a transition. I can spot it out, That's what that is. Let's go.
Notion of the fear mongering that she's perpetuating. The truth in the moment is far from what she is purporting it to be. Literally every time.
All right, so somebody in the comment section says, is it possible for a predator to slip through a loophole regarding the bathroom issue? Yes. Shit. Yes. So I guess I'm sure you may have some transgenders that are predators. Like you have women that are predators. You're going to have men that are predators. Anybody can be a damn predator. So yeah, you can have slip hole. We just had a slip hole the other day I talked about. It was this man, he was 44 years old. He put on a wig and some sunglasses and a face mask to go into the women's bathroom and record women. Two, if you guys heard that story, or two, if you guys remember me talking about that story not too long ago. So definitely, because you can't tell the difference because they all look the same. I mean, a transgender that, that's not passing, it looks the same from a man that's putting on a wig, or it looks the same as somebody that's doing drags. A lot of times you just can't tell because they all look the same. You know what I mean? Just like a heterosexual man versus a down low man or a gay man that's very discreet. I can't tell the difference because they all look the same. They all present the same. They talk the same. They just look fucking the same. So let's continue on. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Hell. But if you guys don't want me to talk about these type of politics stuff, I understand, and I will keep this only on certain platforms. But press 1 if you do like me bringing this type of politics stuff here, because I understand that this platform is not used to doing, stuff like this. I get it, girl. I get it, But let's continue on.
That she's done that, I've had women in the locker room comforting me because of how aggressive she was towards me.
So, we have seen video of that confrontation just outside of the locker.
All right. So she says that other women have comforted her because how that black girl was so aggressive. And that black girl, she was very aggressive. She was very outrageous, but it looked like she taking it on a chin, but maybe that's a front. I don't know, honey. But shit, if that black girl did that to me, I'd be so embarrassed. Honey, I wouldn't, I wouldn't want to deal with that embarrassment. Hell no. But everybody is different. This transgender, they're more stronger than I am. You know what I'm saying? They got tougher skin. Okay? I'm not about to deal with that shit. I like peace in my life. I'm not trying to fight. Hell no. Fuck that shit. I'm not about to fight. I like peace. But let's go ahead. And I'm not trying to disrupt nobody fucking peace either.
Room between yourself and Tish. And at the end of it, I saw that, Alexis, you walked back into the women's locker room. But I understand that you also have had your membership revoked by Golds. What did they say to you?
Well, initially they said that she and I guess Tish is her name.
Correct.
Initially they said we were in the same boat, but I mean, Gold's, it's been bought by EOS now, so they phoned me and I'm not sure if it's written in red ink or what, but it's definitely being evaluated. I love that place. Gold's is like my sanctuary, especially at the Beverly Center. Catch me there. I love that place.
So she was saying, why don't they have a third bathroom? Especially the gym you're talking about at the Beverly Center. That's been recently built.
You are
they
right.
they had a layout that they could have adjusted and they could have put a third locker room in. Do you think that would have been appropriate, or do you feel like you are as entitled to use the women's locker room just as Tish is?
You know, that's a great question. I'm glad that she said it, that you have put it on the air. And the answer is that would necessitate two different ones, because some people trans MTF, some people go FTM. And so that's two.
Child, answer the goddamn question. They said, would you like for it to be another bathroom? They want to explain, well, that means you're going to have to do the M to T and a T to M and an MID and an XYZ. Just say yes, okay? Yes, you should have your own space, okay? Okay. But they have a hard time answering questions.
Is right there. You're not going to put a trans woman with a trans man just because we're trans. That seems like a new envelope of discrimination. But
What the fuck? They're worried about, they don't want to be shit. This shit is crazy. They don't want to be, I can't even make this shit up. They don't want to be with biological females that transition to men. They want to be with biological females that identify as women. Okay. But they said don't put all trans people together. Okay. I don't know. Just be happy you got a fucking bathroom, okay? I'm playing. Look.
yeah, it's just like, I feel like this had to happen in order for people to learn about trans. It's like it's a thing. We're here. We're going anywhere. We've been here for thousands of years. There's like,
I would not get that confident. I'm sorry. LGBT, hear me good. All your rights are about to be taken away from you. I don't know who told y'all that everything was a safe space, but it's not. You go to look at Turkey. Turkey has a big population of LGBT. Those individuals about to get all their rights. They about to criminalize that in Turkey. Okay, all around they have been pushing a lot of anti-LGBT laws, and you guys know they're definitely doing here, especially with trans. That is on Donald Trump's agenda. So I guess in California, Governor Newsom, he like, don't worry about it, y'all. We got y'all covered. But honey, you better start really knowing what's going on out here, because I fear that you're going to be like these illegal immigrants. We just watched those illegal immigrants. A lot of people were so surprised how they carried them, how they treated them, and they're going to treat the LGBT worse. It's coming. I don't understand how y'all not seeing this coming, but I don't want to bust y'all bubble because y'all love to do everything else. But let me shut up. Go ahead.
There's like 10 species of animals on Earth that do this too, just by the way, everybody. And but about the bathroom, am I entitled to it? I know that I'm a woman. Should they have built another one to necessitate building this room? People would have to have the level of comfortability within themselves that I do. Not everyone possesses this much self-feminine power. It doesn't happen. Not in this patriarchal system of which we've been living.
Well, honey, that's a woman. Look, I'm a trans woman. I'm a biological male. Okay, that's just my makeup. My vessel, my body blueprint is to produce, the S word. Even if things got cut and shit, which y'all don't know, it's still, it's the blueprint. Maybe, how can I put it like that? Because you're going to say, well, if you got that shit cut off, then your body not going to produce sperm anymore. You're right, it's not. But traditionally, it organized. So you may say, well, shit, well, if you got it cut off, then you are female. Sex female, but not biologically, because your body, that vessel, does not reproduce eggs. It's not the vessel, the blueprint for eggs. But everybody has their own beliefs and opinion. So don't take what I have to say about it. Do what you want to do. All right, because I'm not here to argue. All right, but honey, get into she's a woman. Okay. All right, so I want to go to Trish Instagram. And
Did you tell me or not that women like to see dick?
I'm asking you a fucking question.
Ooh, so don't you know that woman, Alexis? She says she knows she's a woman, honey. Okay, you know that woman. Okay, that's that woman. Okay, that's the woman, honey. Now, they say it doesn't matter what you look like. As long as you feel like you're a woman inside, then that's what you are. So that's a woman. I'm transgender. I'm biological male. That's the vessel I have. Okay. But this is a woman. I just want to let y'all know the difference. We not the same. This is a woman. I'm a trans woman. We're not the same. All right, let's go.
Did you tell me or not that women like to see dick?
I'm asking you a fucking question.
Exactly. Get out of the way now. No. Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it.
I don't know how to feel. I don't know. How do y'all feel about this moment that Alex in, protect women? How do you guys feel? Alex look like she don't know what's hit her right. She looks like, what the fuck? But I think she knew this was coming. I think she doesn't care. I don't know, honey. I can't tell you how Alex is feeling. I don't know. I would never be in that situation because I'm not going to go in there. Okay? I'm going to keep my ass out. Okay?
He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that shit. And the woman told you. He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports. No.
That's fine. I want the video.
You can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and
Now, how do you feel about the girl? I do feel like this woman, she does have a really disdain for transgender people in women's spaces. I feel like she really just feel like it's disgusting. She really just cannot stand it. She's very passionate about it. I would think that she been seeing this like a long time ago, considering it's Hollywood and it's so liberal. But whatever reason, she's speaking out about it now, and it ain't no stopping her. So let's go.
I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Look at them walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay.
I understand.
I'm not causing.
Are you?
Did you tell me or not that women like to see?
She said, Alex, the girl said, women like to see dick and nuts. She said, Alex said, look, women love to see dick and nuts. I don't know if that black girl be telling the truth or not, because she did say something about a big D. And then she said on TMZ she didn't see nothing, you know, but I don't know.
Guy asking you a fucking question.
Exactly. Get out of the way now. No. Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that shit. Gold's Gym. Men, grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. So, today, my gym membership was officially terminated by Gold/EOS Gym. And they won't give me proof of it. They won't give me a termination letter. They won't give me nothing. They just told me it's canceled. And they let me have my final workout today in there. And guess what happened on my final workout? A fucking trans woman walked in while I was butt naked. I grabbed my towel. I fucking showed discomfort. And she looked at me and she said, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, actually, I'm not. There's been men coming in and out of the restroom, and it's just been traumatizing. Is it okay if you just step out while I'm getting dressed? And she says to me, "I'm a woman." I said, "You're a woman?" His shoulders were bigger than fucking, what's that, for any football player's shoulders. He said to me, "I'm a woman," right? Today. And this is one of the ones that supposedly are passable, right? Because I had to look close, but I knew that nigga wasn't no fucking woman when I looked at him, right? So I say to him, "I'm sorry. If you're a woman, I apologize." And then he's like, nah, don't fucking talk to me. You lucky I don't see you outside of here. And he came back with employees like, that's supposed to make a difference. I said, what the fuck are y'all doing back here? I'm naked. Now it's two women in there, which is fine. I'm naked in front of women. It's fine. But he's there. I said, "You've seen some ass today. Do you feel good? Do you feel fucking good? You've seen some ass today. It's my last fucking workout here, and you've seen my ass."
All right. So some people in the comment section says that Alexis is not passable. She's not talking about Alexis. She's talking about two individuals, right? So she said it was a transgender. She was black and she was passable. She had broad shoulders, but she was passable. She had to look close. And then it was the white girl, Alex, that she said was not passable. So she's talking about two individuals, okay? Let's go. Can we get the likes up, you guys? Let's get the likes up. All right, let's go.
For the last fucking time. And then I walked out and I made another fucking scene at the Gold's Gym in Hollywood because honestly, I just want the women to know. It's not about anything. I just want the women to know. There's no signs telling women, hey, there's fucking men coming in here and that's okay with us. It's not a single sign. Women have no fucking idea what they're up against in there. They're just going to the gym thinking it's normal. It's not fucking normal. There are fucking men in there and there's no fucking sign to say shit. But I'm crazy. Fuck out of here. And you damn right I want a lawyer. And you damn right I'm about to protest. And you damn right that they done fucked with the wrong woman today, yesterday, last week, the week before, and the week before. I'm not having it. And another thing, I am not a Republican. I am not a Democrat either. I voted Kamala, yes. I'm a regular person who does fucking music. Not regular, but you know, I'm a woman, man. I do music, I don't do politics. I voted for Kamala because she's black. I'm not afraid to say it. I voted for Kamala because she's black and, you know, whatever. And I guess, you know, that's a lesson in itself because you know what? We got to start paying attention to the politics, y'all. because the things that we haven't voted for, the things that I could have voted for probably when I was in my 20s and my 30s, are now kicking me in the ass because I paid no attention to anything. Now, I'm not telling anybody to be Republican or Democrat or anything because I'm neither. I'm just a woman who's standing up for women's rights. And I don't give a fuck what you are. If you're a Republican, a Democrat, I don't care if you support Trump or Kamala. I don't give a fuck. All I need is people to come together for one thing. It's to help women, to save women. Women! Women! Not fucking men with dicks and dresses. Women! Okay? Now, what do I think about trans? I don't fucking think about trans! I'm a fucking lady. I don't give a shit about trans. I don't give two fucks about if a person wants to be this or that or what the fuck ever, bro. But you know what? Do that shit outside the locker fucking room. You fucking men, do it out of the locker room. It doesn't fucking matter if you a woman in your fucking head. In fucking reality, you look like a fucking man to me and to every other woman. And we don't care. We don't mind. We don't want it around us. Stop. Stop fucking coming in women's sports. Stop coming in women's locker rooms. We've had it up to fucking here. Yes, I'm angry. And no, you've never seen me like this because I'm fucking traumatized. I'm tired of the subject. My lips are dry, niggas. Y'all ain't never seen me dry in your life. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired. And I'm not gonna.
All right. So do you guys think that the Republican is going to hear her cry and come out and save her and partner up with her? I'm not sure. I would have think the Republicans would be real loud about this, but maybe she doesn't fit the look of a traditional woman enough for the Republicans to rally around her. I don't know. But
I cried so much in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I can't tell you. I probably haven't cried this much about anything since my mama died. And I'm not a crying type of person. It's not that I think anything's wrong with crying. I just have been through so much that I'd rather spend my energy on fixing things that are wrong rather than crying about things that are wrong. And I had no choice on Sunday but to run out into the fucking gym. I cried so much in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I can't tell you. I probably haven't cried this much about anything since my mama died. And I'm not a crying. What's up, y'all? So I'm gonna try not to yell because I've been crying and yelling and pushing and arguing and advocating. This has been crazy. But as much as I'm sad that I don't have my gym membership, and as much as I'm sad that this is happening, I am happy that people are finally talking about it. It's not an American issue, it's a world.
Child, where's she been at? People have been talking about this issue. I'm surprised she live in California. I would think that she would probably want to move to Texas and just get a new gym membership, you know? But
worldwide issue here. And then we have a humanitarian issue here as well. The humanitarian issue is that trans people exist, and we cannot make them not exist. We have to give them human rights. We have to give them their own spaces. We have to give them their own sports. Hold on, let me tell this nigga to shut the fuck up.
all right, I can't play that music in the background. I hope she don't keep saying that F-bomb. So I have to pause because of the music.
I'm in the studio, guys, because I'm a musician. And that's what I do. So, you know, and the fellas are being really accommodating here. They're my guys. I've known them for very many years, and they're good people. Good guys. And they all understand what's happening here. So they know that I've been on the phone. Yep, that's King Chip. Shout out King Chip. That's my brother. And I'm surrounded by very amazing men, by the way. Very talented, amazing men. But we're not talking here to talk about music or any of that, because I don't want to talk about that right now. Okay. So where was I? Oh, trans people need their own spaces. It's a humanitarian issue. We cannot kill them. We can't get rid of them. We can't tell them they're crazy. We can't argue them down that they're not women, because we know they're not women. So we're just going to be honest here. What's happening here is a lot of arguing. Now, remember, guys, I'm not a politician. I'm not anything but a singer-songwriter female who's a lesbian who believes in treating all people fairly and kindly, okay? That's what I do believe in. And I believe that no matter where you're from or how you grew up, you can be anything that you want to be, and you have the absolute right to do and live how you want. Believe me, I do believe this. But I also believe in fucking reality. Let me try not to curse so much, because there are children that are watching this, because children need to be watching this. Everyone needs to be watching this in the world. We have got to come together. We have got to stop arguing over who's smarter, who's faster, who's better, who's right, who's wrong. We're never going to get into those arguments, because everyone has their own perception. I can say, honestly, that we need to have an honest discussion about the trans community and trans women and trans men. Now, not everybody agrees with them. I do not agree with trans lifestyle. I think it's crazy, okay? And that is my right as a person. That is anyone's right. And most fucking people think they're crazy, all right? But what are we going to do about it? What can we do about it? Nothing. These are fucking grown adults. If they want to alter themselves to see what they want to see, that is their right. And I don't even mind this. It don't even matter to me. It never, ever mattered to me. So stop it with transphobia. Stop being transphobic, because why should you be phobic about some shit that you don't even care about or that you don't got to deal with? Now, trans people need to stop forcing everybody into the world, okay? Live in your world, babes, and let people participate that participate. But don't try to force everyone in. And no, you should not transition children, okay? We need to stop arguing. We need to be in reality. Kids don't know what they want. That's it. Period. They're kids, they're growing. It's like a plant, you know, it's growing, you're watering it with whatever you want it to have in the water, the nutrients and all the shit you want to put in it. And there you go, you grow a plant, and it grows based on the nutrients you put in it, okay? Let the plants grow. Let the plants grow. Let the plants grow, guys. Let the plants grow, okay? The he, she pronoun stuff, stop trying to make people re-educate themselves. We don't want to. And we don't have to, so that you can exist. You can just exist, yo. You can just be trans, yo. You're not women. And that's the reality. Does that make you less than a woman? No, it just makes you a trans woman. That's the fuck. Like, can we stop this argument? Give them a space, okay? Trans people exist. They're not going anywhere. They're here to stay, okay? Let them be. Adults should make adults' decisions, okay? Trans men, we never hear anything about y'all. Where the fuck are y'all at? They somewhere camouflaging real good, and we like that. We're not mad at that. But the reality of it is that men don't feel comfortable with it either. And you've got to respect men, okay? Just because they're not in any physical danger, they've come to me, they've talked to me in my DMs, I've seen it, I've heard it, I got you fellas. They don't want trans men in their restrooms either, okay? Now.
Oh, stop it. Okay, I was with her until she got to the man part, because what's going to happen when heterosexual women that are homophobic don't feel comfortable with lesbian women in their restroom? Because that was a big thing. And it's still a big thing where heterosexual women don't feel comfortable with lesbian kids or lesbians, period, in their bathroom. You know, people don't feel comfortable with women acting like a man or talking like a man or have muscles like a man. I mean, you have that. So shit, how are we going to accommodate those people that may not feel comfortable with you? Okay, in the women's bathroom or locker room. Yeah, you may have a woman, but people may feel, and people do feel, because you do have homophobic people there that feel like women should not be dressing like her or talking like her or have those muscles like her or being so butch like her, because she's very masculine, you know. But all right, yeah. So I think she is into politics. She keeps saying she's not, but I think that she's been wanting to let this off. I think that she's been wanting an audience. So I think her best bet is to change her appearance and be a heterosexual woman and signed up for the mega crowd and really speak, you know? But that's all I have to say about that. Okay. I want to know your thoughts about it. Comment, let me know. All right. I'm going to get on out of here. I'm not seeing anybody in the background. So I may come back. It says I never heard of this lady until now. Until could accuse her of being a man. It says she wants attention. That part. She want all the women to herself and hate. Well, why don't you guys come up here? You guys not coming up here and clicking and speaking about nothing. Why don't y'all speak about it? All right, so I'm looking at any other comments. Let's get these likes up. All right. I'm looking in the background to see if you guys have anything to say about this. Feel free to hit that link. If you guys want to ask me questions about it, feel free to do so. Call in, let me know, okay? All right, the link is in the chat, baby. Look at the top. If you guys look at the top of the chat, at the very top, you're going to see a link, okay? So you hit that link, it's StreamYard. You can sign in from Facebook, you can sign in from YouTube, and you just come up here, you pop up, and I see you. You can show your face if you want to. If you don't want to show your face, you can just do voiceovers. But please, y'all, no cussing, okay? Please, no cussing. All right. All right. So someone says they want me to drop the link. So I'm waiting for them to come up. All right. So I don't know. Do you guys think that this is really going to go somewhere? Do you guys think the Republicans or Trump going to pick her up or what? All right. And for the trans men, you can go into the men's bathroom. Look, I'm a biological male. I give you permission. Okay? You can go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Shit. You want to take my dick and nuts? I have it in a jar. Okay? You can have my expired man card. Or my biological man card. Girl, man, you can have it. Okay? I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. Shit. I'll go in there with you. Hell yeah. Would I go into the men's bathroom? Oh, yes, I would. Honey, they're going to love what they see. I don't mind. Okay? Shit. Ain't nobody going to touch me. Okay? Hell. Men are very visual creatures. All right? Shit, I'll probably get my cash out blown up. Okay? To be honest with you. Okay? Shit. All right, we got somebody in the back room. All right. So, hey, can you hear me? All right. So, didn't I put you up here? Hello? All right. I asked this person, but I don't hear him. Hello, can you hear me? All right. So, do I need to kick them out and then bring them back up here? I'm going to say hello. All right, so I typed it. Hello. Okay, it says private chats. Good. Okay, come up. Come up. All right, we got somebody in the back up. All right, so I may have to kick you out, and then come back in. Can you come back in? Because I tried to add you up, but it wouldn't let me add you up for whatever reason. So what questions do you guys have? Come on, let's make it an interesting conversation. All right. It says, I went to the event. The woman's room was full of women and men use the same bathroom with no problems. Well, of course, shit. We all been at people's houses. I mean, we all use the same bathroom. But, some people don't want to see certain things. Some people are scared of men or biological men because of the crimes that men commit. I mean, men are dangerous, So let me go back here. Hey, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now? Okay, hold on. Stay right there. Let me see. Let me check my audio. Okay. My audio is here. I can hear that. All right. Can somebody else come up here to test it? Also, you guys don't have to speak, but just hit that link and come up here because I see this individual, but I can't. They're not saying anything. It's like they're not saying anything. Now they're saying the device is connected. So can you make sure your audio is connected? Make sure your audio is connected. Just go to the settings and just make sure you click allow. I don't know if you're coming up here. And you know how when you get on different browsers, it says, would you allow this to happen? Some of you guys say, no, don't allow. But allow it so I can be able to hear you. Okay? All right. All right, so I'm trying to be patient and waiting, but they're trying to come up here, honestly, but I don't know what's going on with that part. Can anybody else come up here and just try it? If you can just come up here, hit that link and just speak, just so we can test it out. We really appreciate that. All right. Okay, well, besides that, anything else you guys have to say? Anything else you guys have to say? Okay, I don't see anything. All right, so maybe their stuff did not work properly. Not sure, but I did try. All right, I'm going to get on out of here. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.